Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to try something different, and rather than trying to teach you something physical on DJ decks, I wanted to try and teach you something by dispensing some advice to you. Now, as you all know, I've got this DJ channel where I try and teach the basics of DJing to beginners. And in doing this, I get a lot of comments. And a lot of these comments say nice things like, I've helped demystify DJing for people, and people say that I teach things in the most basic way I can, and that's always been my aim. And the reason why I go right back to basics with every video I try and release every week is because I genuinely believe, hand on heart, that the basics are 98%, if not 100% of DJing. Because here's the thing, guys. When it comes to DJing, it's not always about the techniques you use to blend one track into the next. It's always about song selection and playing tracks that your audience are going to love. And that is the most important thing. It's probably the single most important thing you can learn. A lot of people talk about not having the confidence to go out DJing because they don't feel they're good enough on DJ decks. And I would say that that is madness. The main thing you want to be good at is by playing tracks you know your audience are going to love. I've seen hundreds of DJs in my life. I've been to Creamfield, so I've seen all the greats, from David Guetta to Afrojack to Avicii to Deadmau5 to Laidback Luke. I've been to hundreds of nightclubs in my life. I've seen hundreds and thousands of DJ sets. And I can tell you this, from observing the audience, from a DJ's point of view, when I'm in the crowd, it's never the scratching or technical mixing that makes people go wild. The thing that makes people go wild is when the DJ puts on a track that everyone knows, everyone loves, and everyone can just go absolutely crazy to. I've stood there before in the audience, I've looked up at Laidback Luke, and he's doing some really technical scratching and mixing and really technical stuff that would take years and years to learn. And I'm impressed with it. But when I look around the room, people are not screaming. The times when people are screaming is when he drops a track that people love. I'm going to put this in a different context for you as well. I do a lot of photography, and I do wedding photography in my spare time. And I've been at weddings before where there's been a DJ performing and I've been taking photographs. And the DJ is doing pretty impressive technical stuff that would impress me as another DJ. But the dance floor is empty. And I've also been to weddings before where I've seen a band play. And at the end, when the band are putting all their equipment back in the bag, they plug in an iPod into their sound system just to play out tracks while they pack their stuff away. There's no blending, there's no DJing, it's just track after track. It comes to an end and starts the next song, just like it would on iTunes. And the dance floor is full. And why is this? Because the band know all the tracks that those guests are probably going to love listening to when they're drunk at the end of a wedding. And the DJ, on the other hand, at the time was playing music that was just not getting the crowd going. And which of those crowds would I have rather been in? I'd rather be in the crowd of people who are going crazy and having fun with their friends, listening to iTunes, than trying to dance along to music that I don't like, that is being professionally mixed from one track into the next. You see, I haven't got a background in music. I've actually got a background in graphic design, and I did a whole degree in graphic design, right? And they taught us for 3 years how to think differently, how to think outside the box, how to come out with really creative and conceptual ideas. And in the last week, the tutor sat everyone down. She said, "This is your last week in university now. After this, you have to go out into the real world." And she said, what's funny is that even though we've taught you how to think differently and how to think in a creative way, you will spend the rest of your careers doing design questioning whether you're designing stuff for other designers to see or whether you're designing stuff for the general public to see. And I've never ever forgot that she said this, because I think about it every time I do a design. Am I making this design for the general public, like my mum, my nan, or am I doing this design because I want other designers to think I'm a good designer? And this applies perfectly to DJing. When you go out and you start doing your first couple of gigs, you'll be standing there thinking, I may not be mixing these songs technically perfectly, and I'm sure if there's a DJ in the audience, they're going to be very critical about how I'm mixing these songs. But the mums, the sisters, the teenage girls, the guys in their 20s who want to have a laugh with their friends, those are the general public. They don't know about DJing, they don't understand DJing. All they know is, do I like this song or don't I like this song? And that's all it comes down to. And so why am I telling you guys this? Because I hear a lot of people commenting, or I read a lot of people commenting on my videos, saying that my videos have given them the confidence to go and DJ. And when you first start out, your confidence levels are going to be the thing that holds you back. But what I really want to try and teach you guys is the confidence should have nothing to do with your mixing ability. You can learn the basics, and it's important that you're not messing up all the blends. That's important. But when you've got the basics down and you can send one track into the next, all you need to worry about is song selection. The rest of it is a technicality. And don't go through your DJ career worrying about what other DJs think about your DJing. All that matters is the crowd that are standing in front of you right now. Are they loving it or not? Forget about all the other DJs and don't worry about people looking at you and mocking you because your DJ skills aren't amazing, because it doesn't come down to that, guys. Scratching, mixing, doing quick technical blends is fun, and it's a fun thing to do as a hobby, but if all you want to do is entertain a crowd, all you need to do is get the experience and learn what songs people like dancing to. And there we go, guys. Sorry, I know I just had a bit of a rant, but what I'm hoping I've achieved in this video is giving you guys the confidence to get out there and start DJing, even if you're a beginner, because you're only going to learn the stuff I've taught in this video by actually DJing live in front of a crowd. So start doing some of your friends' house parties. Have your own house party and DJ at it. Go and DJ at your parents' birthday parties or at weddings. Smaller events is where every single DJ starts, and that's where you're going to learn your bread and butter of knowing what songs get people going. So I urge you guys to get out there and start DJing in front of actual people. Good luck, and let me know how it goes. See you next week.